Looks like someone needs our help.
Good grief.
God damn.
Thank you.
All right!
Huh. Oh? Well?
Oh!
Yeah!
We'll do it.
Got it.
Yay!
Look at that payment in advance. Temporary oak.
I'm amazed that Gladys's donuts have spread all the way to Cyslodia.
They've become a true Calaglian delicacy, haven't they?
Imagine how great it'll be once we start getting the new kind made for Cyslodia.
It'll be great, sure. But I'm a little worried about the effect it's going to have on our funds.
Right. Sorry about that.
Let's go all the way out here. Let me see it better.
That was quite the little adventure we went on. Right, here goes! Begin! Does it take this? No further! I'm on! Can you take it? Eat dirt!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm ready to fight!
Double Demon Fang! Elusive Deity! Shady Fang! All yours, Kisara! Prepare to be sealed! Take this! Elusive Deity! Shady Fang! Kisara! All yours, Kisara! This calls for a celebratory drink.
Guess I misread the landing. I know it'll be fine, but I'm always hesitant to let the blazing sword get wet.
I told you, don't worry about it. Our sword will be fine.
Our sword.
How things change.
The Olim's like, R. Interesting.
Hey there!
Watch it! Very nice. Yes.
Huh?
Who's at what now?
Ah!
wow!
Got it.
Yes.
Oh? Well?
Yes.
Prepare yourselves. Just text her.
Thank you.
How about it? Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moron.
What is he gonna ask us to do now?
Oh?
There is what? Most important part. You ready? Listen up. This dish is absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
Are you okay? Like, no. Anything good, bruh? Quite the
Seriously?
free spirit, indeed. Speaking of samples,
Huh? What happened to the other samples?
Sorry, Rinwell. I may have eaten a few of them. But hear me out. I tried really hard to stop at 3, but before I knew it, I'd had 6.
Even 3 would have been 3 too many.
like, listen to me. I swear. Speak to her.
Shion?
Yes.
I'm shocked that you voluntarily parted with the leftover donuts, Shion.
Hey, give me some credit. I already put some aside for myself. There were still more left, though, so I went along with Rinwell's idea.
What? When was this?
Figures. Nothing gets between Shion and good food.
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Huh? Well?
That boy's anxieties seemed sufficiently eased. What's the matter, Shion?
I used to be afraid of handing things to people. If I accidentally touched them, I'd end up hurting them.
The food you cooked warmed it. And not just his hand, but his heart, too.
I hope you're right.
I realized something from this experience. Kids tend to take a liking to you, don't they?
You think so? I think it's just because the donuts turned out well. At any rate, I'm glad that we were able to share Calaglia's specialty with more of the world, and that I could personally hand it to so many people. I didn't know human touch could be so warm.
Yeah, that feeling of warmth really stays with you, too. But anyway, I guess that's the end of our donut sharing. Speaking of which, I haven't even tried one yet.
Don't worry, I saved some for you.
Thanks. I'll try one right away. Man, that's tasty. Knowing how much effort you put into them makes them taste even sweeter.
You might be exaggerating a bit. Still, I like seeing people so happy. That's one more recipe under my belt. Maybe next I should invite a lot of people over for a big dinner party.
That's a great idea. I'll help you prepare when the time comes.
I'll take you up on that offer. I'll have to practice making some delicious dishes until then. That way, I'll be able to make and eat whatever I want, whenever I want.
Talk about an ulterior motive. But it's good that you're able to touch so many people, both literally and figuratively. Those donuts you made were really good, Shion. I can understand why they made all those kids so happy.
Thanks. Hey, Alphen. I was wondering, what if, and this is a pretty big if, what would you think if I said I wanted to open my own donut shop?
Huh? Really?
No, it's not that it's something I really want to do. It's just that I remembered something Rinwell said to me. She said, if you're going to sell donuts, I'm sure Alphen would be right there with you.
She said that? Well, yeah, I guess she was right. Whatever you decide to do in life, I'll be there to support you and help in any way I can.
Alphen, are you saying...
But you know, if we ever really open a store, I want to make and sell my own donuts too.
Wait, Alphen?
Oh, that's it. What if we made spicy donuts? Wouldn't those be the trendiest donuts ever?
Are you crazy? Yuck! It's my store, so I'm only going to sell donuts that I think are good.
In that case, I'll just have to make some spicy donuts that you think are good.
You know, Alphen, you can be really stubborn when you want to be.
I'm not the only one. So, what do you think? Are you gonna hire me at your donut shop?
Well, I guess I can take your application under consideration.
Let's go.
Just one type of food allowed us to connect with so many people. And those connections led to even more.
All the more reason for us to cherish each new bond we make.
Damn, I can't. Well, I don't think I ever went in the end, so I'll probably unlock it as soon as I get in.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
I'm hungry! So hungry! I can eat a whole horse by myself!
I bet. Speaking of dinner, I think it's Shion's turn to cook tonight, right?
I believe so. Let's ask if she can get started sooner rather than later. If for no other reason than to settle law down.
What? Something wrong?
Hush. They sound quite excited about something.
From what I've heard, a lot of people have been copying Kagari and Notio's wedding ceremony from last year.
Yeah, it's a traditional Renin ceremony, but ever since they got married, it's gotten super popular, even among Danon couples.
The whole thing was just so lovely. It was my first time attending a wedding, but I can definitely see the appeal.
Lovely, yeah. Oh, and all the food they served was delicious too.
I know, there was so much food, but everything they served was carefully chosen. And you could taste the care put into every bite. And the flowers. The arrangement they chose for Kagari's bouquet was a perfect fit for her. Also, during the banquet after the ceremony, Kagari and Notio were telling me the whole story about how they found their new house. They said it was okay if it was simple and bare bones. They just wanted a warm place where they could spend their days together. I want that too. A joyous ceremony for a loving couple starting a new life together. I guess dreams really can come true. It was a perfect day.
Sounds like someone may have been taking notes.
No, it's not like that. Anyway, Kisara, how about you?
Me? Well, I certainly don't think marriage is the most important thing in life. That said, I'll admit having a wedding ceremony does seem nice.
Really? It sounds like you both feel the same way then. Oh, speaking of which, Kisara, do you remember what you said at Kagari and Notio's ceremony? About the bouquet toss?
You mean how if you can't catch a bouquet, you'll end up always being single and alone? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. As it turns out, that isn't true at all.
What? It isn't?
Apparently not. I actually just found out recently myself. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned it without
What the
checking
heck?
first.
This is quite an interesting conversation, in more ways than one.
Seriously? Who cares about weddings and all that kind of stuff? Let's go already, I'm starving!
If we must. Personally, I feel it's rather boorish of you to spoil their fun.
Hey, you guys talking about weddings?
Oh, you three are finally back. Yeah, it turns out weddings are all the rage these days.
I have heard the same. There is no denying that Notio and Kagari's ceremony was a delightful occasion, filled with warmth and understanding.
That's for sure. Even after the ceremony was over, Shion just kept going on and on about how nice it had been.
I don't know about that.
Really? I guess I never realized.
Law must be misremembering, that's all. Anyway, I've got a dinner to make.
Seems like it's a bit of a touchy subject for her. It would probably be best not to press her on it.
What is it, Alpin? Is something the matter?
No, sorry, I'm just realizing that there's so much I don't know. I had no idea that weddings were popular, that Shion was so interested in them. Any of it.
Don't let it get to you. Paying attention to such things is simply not in your nature.
Damn, Dohalim! Are you trying to cheer the poor guy up or rub salt in the wound?
No, it's fine, Law. Dohalim is right. Still,
True.
it's something I need to work on. Otherwise, it could get me into real trouble in the future. Maybe someday I'll, find someone I want to marry. If my bride is someone who cares deeply about the wedding ceremony, then that means it should be important to me, too. I don't want to use my own ignorance as an excuse to make my bride-to-be do all the planning. That would be a huge burden for one person to carry, right?
That may be the case, but I'm still not sure what you're getting at.
I just think that it's important to know about weddings. Not only weddings, but marriage in general. I need to learn more about them so I can be prepared. I want to do some research and fill in the gaps in my knowledge. That way I'll have the confidence to help out and make informed decisions when the time comes. But I've never done something like this before. I have no idea where to even begin. So...
You're saying you want us to help you out? You got it! To be honest, I don't really know that much about the subject myself, though.
Thanks, Law.
Oh, speaking of which, you should definitely make sure to ask Shion for help. There's probably nothing about nuptials that she doesn't know.
No. Sorry, but I, want to keep this a secret from her. Because, I'm doing this for my own benefit. So I want to do as much of it as possible on my own, without being a burden on anyone else. I realize I'm asking for some assistance from all of you guys, but I don't want to bother Shion with this. If I did, then I'd end up relying on her too much. I really want to avoid that. So, I want to do this research, but I also want to keep Shion from finding out about it. Can you help me?
Whoa, that was a whole lot of words. But I think I get what you're trying to say. You could have just said you don't want to cause trouble by not knowing anything, because you finally decided you want to marry Shion. Ow!
You need to work on your filter law. You don't have to say every thought that pops into your head. You aren't a little kid, are you?
That was hilarious. Love it.
Sorry.
My. Those growing pains can sure pack a wallop.
At any rate, I think I speak for all of us when I say we are sympathetic to your cause. We shall assist in your research and keep it to ourselves. You should go about this endeavor in your own way. If you do not wish to involve Shion at this time, then so be it. But be mindful that should she find out, you'll likely need to explain all of this to her.
The pursuit of knowledge is a noble one. I'm rooting for you, Alphen.
Thanks, all of you. I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity to gather as much info as I can.
Law is so gonna spoil everything.
So, Alphen, what kind of information are you after first? What's the most important thing to know about weddings?
Flowers, maybe?
You know, Shion was saying something about bouquets.
What was that, Rinwell?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I agree, though. Flowers that match the bride are a must.
They are, right? By the way, will our cover be okay? I don't want Shion to know what I'm up to.
We're good. Kisara's on Shion distraction duty, so we should have plenty of time. We'll make sure Shion keeps busy while you're gathering information. That way you should be able to keep it a secret from her.
Thanks. I don't mean to cause trouble for everyone just because of some weird whim of mine.
We don't mind, but be sure to explain everything to Shion at some point. So, you need info on flowers. What do you want to know exactly?
What kind of flowers are best for a wedding? If there are any special kinds you need? That kind of thing. White's the best color, right?
I think you should talk to an expert on the subject. Anyone come to mind?
Well, I don't know how much he knows about flowers, but Mahavar sailed around the world. Maybe somewhere on his travels he picked up some knowledge about flora.
He's taken us out on his ship lots of times, starting with our pursuit of Almadria. He's in Thistleum now, right? I'm pretty sure that's what Dohalim said.
Let's go see if he can help.
Let's go. Flower of happiness.
I was able to distract Shion. I hope she doesn't suspect anything.
That's great, Kisara. The way forward is clear now, thanks to you.
Yeah! Let's hurry and go ask Mahavar about the flowers!
We finally made it.
Mahavar, can we have a minute?
Oh, Alphen! How you been? What's with the serious face?
I've come to glean some of your worldly knowledge. Do you know what kind of flowers are best suited for a wedding ceremony?
Flowers? For a wedding?
Yeah. Do they need to be a special kind? Any practical information you have would be helpful. I think some kind of pretty white flowers would be best.
Whoa there, hold on just a minute. I'm glad you thought of me for advice, but, you know, I'm not really the flower type.
Can't you remember anything? It's super important.
If the flowers are for a wedding, then why not just use whatever kind of flowers the bride and groom both like?
There's no particular type that I like. Heck, I barely even know the names of any flowers.
Wait, Alphen, it's your... in that case, I'll give it some more thought. Maybe... Nah, that's all wrong. Oh! There's a Calaglian legend that's perfect for this kind of thing.
A legend?
Yeah, they say there's a rare flower that grows only in Calaglia. The legend goes that if you wear it, you'll be happy forever.
Really? I'd never heard that one.
Now that you mention it, I think I read about that flower before.
If you ask the Calaglians, I'm sure they could tell you more.
Then it's probably quickest to ask the Crimson Crows for info.
Thanks, Mahavar. I knew I could count on you.
Same goes for you. I won't press you for details on your plans, but good luck.
Thanks. See you around.
A flower that makes you happy when you wear it. What a beautiful legend for Calaglia to have.
It may be difficult tracking down real information about the legend, though. It sounds more like an ancient fairy tale.
We'll have better luck if we ask people in the area where the flower can be found.